Hello and welcome to the second game in the first match that I'm covering from the ESL Is It War 3 on the EU servers. We have here the loser of the last game. In the yellow was the Orcs, Clafter. And on the other side of the map, in the Black Templars or Dark Templars, I cannot remember, forgive me, colours, as the Marines, is Risum, the winner of our first match. So we're going to expect nothing has changed in terms of all of these. Quite a typical aggressive position coming up from the Orcs. Going to try and set up his base on this point. He's not actually building that and capturing that. I wonder if that is a mistake, or if he realised that. Oh no, it seems to be on purpose, because he is going for that listening post. And down here we have the very quick resource node coming down from Risum. Risum managed in the last game to get a much faster setup of a couple of generators than Risum. He also focused a lot more on requisition nodes, and we're seeing the same thing here. This map, a lot safer. These two side points are you know, they're not entirely safe, but they're much more stable than on the last map we saw. And we got a gang of boys setting up here, getting ready. Assault Marines are out. More Assault Marines coming. But this time, Risum did not manage to catch Clafter out before he had set up his situation with a listening post and a war tower. And then the boys coming up as standard. This poor SUV is going to get caught out there. I know it's called a servitor. If any of you watch my videos regularly, I mean, eventually I might get into saying things' actual names, but I like to have my own names for things. So the boys are going to back off by the looks of it once they realise there's nothing here. Just going to capture this point. They are actually taking damage here now. The drop pod has gone down in order to just get two sets of Assault Marines hitting this squad, and these Gretchens are going to get a nice vision up on the top to see what's happening. Listening post is going to go down, so both teams have set up their early game. Now, boys do not do a large amount of damage against these. As Orcs, it is actually quite difficult to put on the same amount of early pressure onto shield generators that Eldar and Marines could do, and here you're seeing that, as the Assault Marines are, by the looks of it, just going to get this for free. Quite a punishment for the Orc staying on the top side, which you can often do. I don't see any reason why he's not attacking here, to be fair, just to get sort of some damage down. Because this is just a free win for your boy Risum. And he now has, with the elite point that you get from taking out the shield generator, he now has enough for his kill team. And can, with the kill team down, probably take a good fight here. Gonna jump onto the shooter boys with his doctrine jump, but they're gonna get away because they ran away, I guess. The Assault Marines, decided to attack the boys, but this is still a lot of damage. A boy squad looks like it will go down here. A great grenade hit there from the smoke by the scouts, and this is again quite an early and powerful cut down of Clafter's forces. Kill Team Mindmore coming up here from the bottom of our screen. Hasn't got has gone with that flamer now, yeah, which makes sense versus the early Orcs. This is pretty much always what's taken, but I have actually seen in a few games a couple of players now versus Eldar specifically taking the rocket launcher closer on to be able to damage some buildings and shield generators, although the shield generator is already down. You sort of forget how incredibly quick that shield generator down was. It's not even 5 minutes into the game right now. So this is sort of quite a standard position for an Orc versus Marine. The Orcs are sort of sitting up in the front. They're gonna try and get their first truck out, no doubt. This is gonna be the jetpack guys, Storm Boys. There we are. And this, I don't believe this is going to go well. This is a lot of the things that casting these is going to help me with, you know, knowing things, like how badly things like this will go. Like, there are a lot of these that so far I'm going to try and avoid saying how things are going to go before they go, because, you know, game's still kind of new. We don't just know yet, obviously, yeah. First truck is out there. Whew. And once he has a couple of trucks, then he really has the strength to start moving around. He can pick people up to stop them getting caught out. A lot more mobility. Get those extra stuns and taunts if he has the right doctrines coming down. Third assault squad now coming out. This is starting to become a really, really powerful force. But the orcs are starting to have some ways to deal with it. Oh, and these scout marines are going to get caught out. That is really not what they want to be doing. Actually, no scouts out for Risum now as well, which actually really does reduce the strength of this force. Without those stuns, I, as the orc player, I would be a lot less scared. Yep, so we have hit up to level 2 from the marine here. The same... Oh, they... Is there a way you can see the war towers? If I swap, will it actually show me the war towers? It kind of will. So 2R, we can see so far. 2R, that's the important thing. 3R is how much you need to be the equivalent of tier 2. And Orcs is the faction I do know the least about, which you may be seeing from some of these little forgetfulnesses. Great work there with the Servitor to keep this alive. Too many people I see do not value getting those extra Servitors to put some shields out. I even think, honestly, he's got 2 Servitors out. We've got this one defending the shield and this one down here. Risum could have more Servitors out. Just holding shields like this, standing in areas like this around the map to spot, and being there to hold up squads, shoot squads in fights, all these sort of useful things they can do. Clafter is going to push down here again, throwing the orcs into the shield, very useful. Can get that Servitor out, then he can start doing damage to his shield, try and even this up. This is probably the point within the game where he has the most advantage in terms of the power of his army. But here come the jump marines down to try and hit these trucks, but the trucks just will reverse straight out of here. Machine gun fire from the higher ground is going to force these assault marines away. And the tractor beams. And this is why the trucks are such a powerful tool. Being able to just save those orcs just for free, essentially. Very useful. This side squad has now been cut down by a couple of models, and this little orc horde is starting to really build up. These assault marines are going to need to get out of the front of here. Iron Maw coming down. Assault marines going in the back, try and do some damage, but it doesn't look like they'll be super useful. The flag is coming down, is that? Or is that another... No, that is the Death Storm. That's interesting. Don't see too many of these around. We're going to have to see how this is done. Hold off at the front. I heard that was the standard refreshing I heard. So that is now ready. The orcs are going back on the attack again. And only Iron Maw here now because the other Assault Marine squads have retreated. And it looks like Iron Maw is going to go down along with this shield generator. Some damage being done back here. This Death Storm is really impressive. Doing a lot better than I thought, but the shield generator is going to go down. Machine Forge up. Here we go. This is where the Marines really start to skyrocket and take the power back. The Assault Marines give it to them early. At this point with the trucks, the Orcs can take it back. Oh my god, is he going to get some more buildings here? Wow. Look at this, everybody. This is right here showing you the use of Death Storms. Holy moly. But we are getting, it will be a land speeder. Yep, our first land speeder out, and this is where the tide will start to tip back into the Space Marine player's favour. Especially since these buildings have gone down. So he can't get any of his anti-tank boys out. The The something else looters. I can't remember. But now with Assault Marines and this Land Speeder starting out. Oh. Oh, I actually hit the machine cult. That was interesting. So the Orc can now get those tank busters, is what they're called. Does he have a squad of them on the way? Yes, he does. He has 2 of them on the way. Try and chase this Land Speeder off of his shield generator. Land Speeder should just be able to get out for free. Kind of wiggling about there, but he'll be fine. Oh, was that the first squad of tank busters? That was. There they are. We also have the Weird Boy out. So a lot of damage in the hands of the Orc player now. Gabriel Angelos, my boy Ufa, also out on the field. Repping that Warcraft 3 life. That's interesting. You can reinforce from the ground here. That's a nice position to have that. That war buff going up. And we really here, I guess, have to see the Marine player start to sort of ramp up a bit more, because a big horde with a war buff like this, if he hasn't got all of his troops together, you know, this Land Speeder can quickly get popped by 2 groups of tank busters, and all of his Assault Marines, if badly positioned, could get absolutely destroyed by a Weird Boy, and it looks like they're going to war their way down to this bottom position, and this listening post will go down. I'm pretty confident of this. We only have the elites and a Land Speeder here so far to defend this. And that Land Speeder just, yep, straight targeted by those tank busters, down really easily. They are going to hit in there to disrupt this. My confidence was far too early, it seems. Assault Marines dropped in, Assault Marines jumped in, Gabriel Angelos in there doing his thing. Kill Team Imor down to 2 units, but they're doing their thing as well. Teleport there onto the Assault Marines by the Weird Boy, doing a lot of damage, but he's going to go down himself. And this was quite handily defended by Risum. He hasn't lost any of his Assault Marines. He did lose that Land Speeder, which was, you know, sad. But you're not too upset losing that, honestly. Always going to get hit. Letting his Assault Marines go a little bit too far, maybe. But, jump out now, yeah. And the first Dreadnought here. He's dropped his bridge and is marching over the Dreadnought. And Dreadnoughts and Land Speeders, for the most part, seem to be what Marines have decided on as the consistent best late game. There are people I see who, when they get to late enough game, will put in those Predators. But that can require a very late game to get to. These Def Guns going to get set up, but going to get smashed there by Angelos, bringing down the Silver Hand upon them. Some trucks throwing some boys out. Getting those Suiciders. A lot of these tank busters could really punch through that Dreadnought. But the Assault Marines are going to get on the back there. Gabriel Angelos getting really low. He's just going to go in fully committed to this. These trucks going to have to back off. Only tank busters left by the looks of it. And as you can hear there, upgrades still going down. This Dreadnought just getting more and more powerful. Another Dreadnought coming out. And Gabriel Angelos and the Assault Marines chasing these troops all the way back to their turret. Going to have to back up now. No Orc heroes on the field. Kill Team and Angelos here. These tank busters are really not in a great spot right now. They're going to get chased away by these melee units. They're going to move them back into these emplacements to try and get something out of it. And they're going to get tracked beam to safety. Nice job there by Clafter. Angelos just going to scoot out there. He had plenty of health. It's cool. But this Dreadnought doesn't look like it's going to have quite as lucky a time. The Assault Marines do hold down some of the tank busters there, but not going to be enough. Probably going to have to scoot out of here pretty soon. Actually going up into this stealth cover. Interesting position. Oh, and that gave him the vision to just drop the other dreadnought straight into this. Very good choice there, it turns out. The Assault Marine's going to push in now. Interesting that these two are just sitting in the middle. Assault Marines are going to tie down those tank busters. Very good use of them to mean that his dreadnought can just do absolutely as much as possible. We have another dreadnought out here in the middle. Orcs getting pushed back to the shield generator. And this game can be quite back and forward, but at this point it's looking very much in the hands of Risum. Little bits of micro here and there trying to be used to hold this back. The Gretchen's holding the shield generator like bosses. This must be the weird boy coming down. And the Assault Marines scatter. This weird boy could still get something good. That's going to miss. And, oh, a good teleport though. Going to deal a bit of damage. If he hits the nuke now, could maybe finish them off, but not up for it. And there are just Marines sitting here amongst the ruins of all of the Orc buildings. That looks like it's going to be another set of Assault Marines. Or no, that's the kill team, of course. Big squad of Orcs here, though. This may be staying a bit too long, although the second Dreadnought is now here. This weird boy, you've got to be really careful. He's going to have to get tractor beams out of here, or he's going to die. Ooh, really not nice there. This is going to get its war buff off before getting killed. Slightly lacking of targeting there from Risum. But two dreadnoughts now walking in, even with the big boss himself. These dreadnoughts are looking pretty good. The standard coming down even to keep him alive even more. One dreadnought will go down. I'm not sure if it's such a good idea to just keep these dreadnoughts in there. Sure, he could back off, and with this map control could really build up a bit of a bigger army before he sits there. So right now there is another dreadnought coming out, which is coming in a drop pod. Both of the early game heroes of the Marines are up and fine. It is a long time before they get their dreadnought. They have 4 squads of Assault Marines who are around the map. They actually have some here. Very nice move. Coming over here to take out this this side turret that with 2 Assault Marine squads will go down quite well due to their true damage. But after all I was saying about him being so ahead, this Orc player is going to be allowed to take back his zone here.
We are losing a point.
And he's sort of going to have to go again, I feel, although he has cut down the economy quite a lot of this Orc player. This Orc player also has most of his army right now in tank busters. If we check from the other side, it is 3 tank busters and only 1 nob squad other than that in one of the trucks. Here comes Dreadnought. Angelos and the kill team are up here dealing with the war boss. Interesting that I was just trying to get the point down that most of these are tank busters, and so this largely Assault Marine force will do really well against them, and Dreadnought actually gets dropped down right in front of the tank busters, which doesn't seem like the smartest of mood. However, while this is happening, Assault Marines with a 3rd squad now coming in here to hit this turret, and a 4th squad down here. So this Dreadnought and these heroes are actually just here right now to hold off the Orcs for as long as possible to try and get this turret down, and it will go down. This leaves the core now open. The bridge is also down. Dreadnought going down. these orcs can now start to retreat to try and defend their core. Submarine's actually going to start hitting the war camp instead. Interesting choice. Oh, it's because that went down, of course. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. But there we go. Deciding that he can't defend it, realizing that he has mostly tank buster force against the submarines. Our boy Clafter is gonna give up. And congratulations to Risum, who will be moving on to the semi-finals of the ESL It Is War for EU.